Hey guys, it's Bub here. In this video, we're taking a look at Windows 11 24H2, which is the latest release of Windows 11. As you know, since the second half of 2023, we've been on Windows 11 23H2, which was a simple upgrade to 22H2. Now, this year's update focuses a lot on AI features for Copilot Plus PCs. However, obviously this is not a Copilot Plus PC. This is my regular Windows machine. So we cannot take a look at too many of those AI features here today because those Copilot Plus PCs are mainly ARM-based processors, and this is an x86-64 processor. Let's talk about, are you forced to upgrade to this version? The answer is no, because at this current moment, not every computer is certified for 24H2, meaning if you go to Windows settings, you won't be able to see it. Now, you can force upgrade to 24H2 by using the ISO. However, Microsoft does not recommend that, as it typically may cause problems for you because of uncertified hardware. Personally, after this video, I plan on force upgrading my machine, so I'm excited for that. So, let's start with AI features as we talked about. On previous versions of Windows 11, you know that the Copilot application is a sidebar that pops up because I'm sure many of you have accidentally clicked it. Now, Copilot is its own dedicated app, which actually appears to just be a web app. Yep, it is literally just a web app. That's honestly a little disappointing. And instead of being pinned to the taskbar and it opens up that side, it's still pinned to the taskbar, but now it's its own dedicated web app. So there is, it's no longer that sidebar that you could accidentally pop up and not figure out how to get rid of. There are many changes now to File Explorer. So as we can see, the UI doesn't look too different, but under the hood is what's really different. As we can see here, I have this test file on desktop, and it's simply a blank notepad file. What happens when I right-click on this file and click Compress? As you can see, I now have options to compress to a zip, a 7-zip, a tar file, or additional options. This was an insider build quite some time ago where you're now able to create these types of archives locally on your computer. I noticed this when I was trying to go to create a zipped folder, and for some reason it wasn't there in this menu. I actually had to right click on the file, compress, and click on one of these. But this is not all of the options. If you click additional options, you have the opportunity to select the different archive format as well as the compression method. So let's just go 7-zip. You can select the different compression method, the compression level, and then you have different options based on the compression method and the archive format that you selected. So you can really get granular with your archives here. One thing I'm noticing is that there is no RAR archive, which makes sense because I don't believe RAR, and correct me if I'm wrong, is a part of the open standard that Microsoft is using for this archive tool. Next up, you may have already noticed, is when you right click on a file or right click, typically these are only icons, but now Microsoft has added little text bubbles underneath so you know what they are. Quite honestly, this is 3 years too late. Many people who are on Windows 11 already know what these mean because they've had to get used to just the icons. So they are quite a little bit late on this, but it is nice for new Windows 11 users. It's possible they may have done this in preparation for the Windows 10 end of life, which is coming next year. Next up is something that typically IT people or people that are really into technology will use. It is sudo. And I swear, yeah, there it is. Enable the sudo command. Running the sudo command could expose your device and personal data that could harm your device. So what sudo does is it's actually already in Linux, and it's been on Linux for such a long time. But essentially what it does is if you want to run a command as an administrator, you just type sudo before the command. So if I wanted to run, this is an administrator command, but if I wanted to run ipconfig, it just ran it. It's not an administrator command. But I could do sudo ipconfig, and then bam, that was now ran as an administrator. It's more so not for output commands, but rather to actually do something. That was just my example. There are new energy features in this build. So as we can see here under Energy Saver, there's now an Energy Saver mode that can reduce power consumption on both laptops and desktops that don't have battery. So previously, I'm on a desktop right now, so I don't have a battery. There's now an Energy Saver mode. Previously, this was only available for devices with batteries, but now if you want to save energy, for example, if your electrical bill is too high, or if you're running on a generator and need to save some power, we can click Always Use Energy Saver, and Energy Saver will kick itself on. And it's the same mode that you would pretty much see on a laptop. Acrylic or that arrow theme is disabled. The icon shows up right down here, and we can turn it off just like that. Something we're not able to take a look at right now are updates to the Start menu. So, if you have a phone linked to your PC using the Your Phone app, the Start menu will have a companion sidebar that shows information about your phone directly next to your apps. So you could do things like text or call a phone number without actually opening a phone link. This sidebar also includes most recent photos from your phone, so you can access them just a little bit easier. And depending on the type of phone you have, for example, if you have a Samsung, as I do, as Samsung integrates better with Windows, you may even see more options like a screen mirroring session option. There's also new features for linked phones in the Your Phone app. The biggest one is the ability to share files directly to your phone using the Share menu from PhoneLink. There's also the ability to use your phone's camera as a wireless webcam for your PC, taken from macOS Sequoia, I believe. Or maybe that was Sonoma. I don't even know how long ago that was. You can also see notifications for new photos on your phone, so you can quickly edit them on your computer. There's also, and it's currently in progress, a feature that lets you see your phone's storage in File Explorer. So like when you directly connect your phone and you can see all your pictures and things like that, they're working on that. There is no support for 32-bit ARM apps. However, there is better ARM optimization on this build of Windows, which is pretty cool, but I don't actually own any ARM-based Windows computers, just ARM-based macOS machines. There's also been updates to the Quick Center portion. That is not Quick Center. This is Quick Center. So previously, you may recall there used to be an edit button right here. And the edit button would let you add or remove options from here. And what would happen, at least in the environment that I work in, is people would somehow accidentally delete their Wi-Fi out of here. They would hold on it, and it would give you the option to delete, and you could delete it. And then they wouldn't know how to get it back. Now, there is no option to edit this. It is a scroll menu. So all the options are here by default, and you just scroll down to see all of them. But you can still rearrange, so if you wanted something first like accessibility, you can still do that just like that. And one last final note is that some of the kernel, the core functionality, the core code of Windows has been updated, so things should run a little bit smoother. As I have not upgraded yet, after I edit this video, I will be upgrading. I cannot vouch for this, but that is a claim from Microsoft and other reviewers who have already taken a look at this OS. So I'm very eager to actually take a look once I fully test drive this OS to see if I notice some stability improvements, because there are some stability issues on my current machine. So that being said, this is just a very high-level overview of some of the new features in Windows 11 24H2, albeit 2 weeks late. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.